げるよ
Oh. What are those? They're like scaly. I wonder if she fixed her shoes.
生まれてくる子供を傷つけないように体をぶつけ合って硬いリンゴを剥がしているのね。強いままでいられるのに。
Interesting.
あんな子から得るものなんて何もないと思ってた。知らざる者はよそ者で魔法に関わっても仕方がないって。でも彼女が正しく掟を学んだら私たちとの違いって。
Aw, Agate's finally coming around to Coco. I love that. Finally, it took long enough.
すごいじゃないか。失敗が少なくて無意識のうちに書いてしまう魔法って君の得意なんじゃないかな。
Oh, that's a good way to look at it.
私の得意。
ほら、よく使う魔法だと直線を多用してるのがわかるだろ。まっすぐの線は迷いがない。初めて会った時に見せてくれたのもまっすぐ線を引く姿だったね。得意な魔法を自覚しておくと、それは自分を信じるべき時に、不安な時は言葉に出して自分の耳に聞かせてごらん。
Aw. Oh my gosh. Oh,
私の得意はまっすぐ
come on, cat. She's like on my hair
私の
clip.
得意はまっすぐ書くことなんですね。もっとまっすぐ頑張りますぐ。
待って待って待って待って。得意な魔法は意識しなくても上達するから、意識しないと使わないような。まだ書けない魔法を練習しなきゃ新しい得意に出会えるかもしれないだろ。ね。
Yeah, we've known she's really good at drawing straight
なん
lines.
だか前よりもっと魔法陣がすごいものに見える。その成り立ちを知ったからそういうのがわかるようになったんだ。すごい人の魔法はすごいな。
賞賛のための語彙力が乏しい。
すごすぎてへこむくらいすごいんだもん。リチェも一緒に見る？
見ない。
Oh.
書くのは好きだけど
Oh.
見ないの？
別にいい。動きがうざい。
Right,
手を動
just
かして
so,
書くばかりが魔法の勉強じゃないんだよ、リチェ。
I don't know, so like
優れた魔法を
angry
見て
or
研究することは目
sassy.
の経験を積むようなものだから。
見たくないって。
Oh,
リチェ、大丈夫。怪我はない。
what the heck?
気候のままに魔法を使うのは感心しないな。危ないよ。
What's up with her? I feel like she's getting more and more angry every day.
学びのしるべに目を閉じるばかりか。死の言葉に耳まで塞いでちゃ。
He's been
ど
sleeping.
こへも進めなくなっちまうのにな。
He always has really good quotes.
さっきはごめんね。私あれ？リチェ？
The crystals.
寝室かな？腕虫、居場所知ってるの？
Wow.
この筆虫。
What?
ここどこだろう？
Did she create this? This is crazy. What did she like blow a bunch of holes or something into the ground and make a cave? Oh,
入ってきていいって言ってない。
oh.
ごめん、筆虫追ってて。綺麗な魔法だね。
Yeah.
水晶でできたリボンみたい。
名前はまだない。リチェが作った。
リチェの創作魔法？そうなんだ。すごい。すごい綺麗。目が幸せ。
鑑賞スタイルが残。それ欲しいならあげる。
No.
どうせたくさんあるし。
いいの？嬉しい。ありがとう。
Is it like glass? Or no, it's bending.
聞いてもいい？どうして本を見るの嫌なの？魔法のことを全然知らないから本を読むのが楽しくて、どんな時に使おうと思って書いた魔法なのか
そういうのを想像しながら読んだりするのが好きなんだ。
リチャの魔法のことだけ考えてたいの。本を読んだら同じように書いてみなさいって言われる。
Oh.
そういうのもう嫌なの。
リチェ、
ここには関係ない話。他の人の魔法はいらない。怪我されたくないから。
So she just wants to stay true to
リチェは
herself. Makes
ここに来
sense,
る
I
前に
guess.
別の魔法使いとの師弟関係を解消してるからね。あ
Oh.
の堅くなさは自分を守る盾なんだ。鱗狼のようで。
Oh, so
どこまで
something
踏み込んでいい
happened.
のか。
魔法ほど単純じゃないからな。おい、
お、何これ？
So it's deeper than just that.
石？
俺の新作魔法。北海石だ。
Snugstones.
こいつを寝床の中に入れておくと、足先まで温めて安眠を助けてくれるはずだ。弟子どもに渡してやってくれ。
Oh, I love that.
ありがとう。君の魔法は優しいね。
Yeah, there really is.
言葉よりも雄弁だ。
つい
あ
仕事のついでだ。ついで使った感想が欲しいだけだっつの。
Why is he
そうい
gritting
う
his
ことに
teeth?
しておいてあげるよ。
He can be kind and sweet.
ねえオル、
うん
数が多いよ。5枚ある。
4枚は弟子の。残りの1枚はお前のだ。
Oh.
夜中はちゃんと寝るっつう手本を見せてやれよ。先生だろ。
Yeah, he's like, you also need sleep. He's been going crazy.
気をつけるよ。アガット。ちょうどいいところに帰ってきたね。大講堂から知らせが来たよ。第2の試験の日程が決まった。
いつですか？
3日後の早朝。
Ah, it's so
ロモノ
soon.
岬の蛇の瀬洞窟だ。
Oh, that seems creepy. Oh, is that
水晶でリボンを作りたいのですか？
baby Raicha?
とても可愛い魔法ですね、リチャリット。
Richeletto. Oh. So she's always been a little.
リリ兄見て。クラクラチラチラ。綺麗。リリ兄。
リリ兄はね、リチェのリチェらしい魔法が大好きで、どうかそのままのリチェでいてくださいね。
Aw.
リリ兄、どこ行くの？リチャの魔法、もう見てくれないの？言っちゃやだ。リリ兄。夢。
What happened? Why were they taken away?
眠ってしまったわ。試験前日はギリギリまで練習するつもりだったのに、この北海市のせいで、このほっかほかのせいで。
イエ
大丈夫だ。
Yeah.
どれだけ準備しても足りないような気がするのは、
That's true.
今の君らしくやればいい。次の時の君のためにね。
次なんてありません。一度でこなしてみせます。私はアークロム家の人間ですから。
いやはや頼もしい。うちの落ちこぼれとは運命の差ですよ。私の弟子のユイニーは年に一度しか申請できない第二の試験にもう二度も失敗してまして、聞き手を取り替えてほしいものです。
Trade.
クロー殿、弟子は物ではありませんよ。
困りものなのです。
Jeez.
修理することもできませんし。
そんな言い方すること。
いいんです。
That's so rude.
全部本当のことなので。っていうか、僕がダメなせいで先生がまた悪く言われてしまって本当に申し訳ないです。この僕がまともな魔法使いになるはずなんてなくて、その。
いやー、遅れたな。悪い悪い。一番近くの扉窓が使えなくなってたから、ここまで延々と歩かなきゃならんだぜ。
What?
よーく見てごらん。彼女はれっきとした魔法使いだよ。
でも変身は禁止魔法じゃん。
Yeah. What?
影狩りの鏡マント。まとっている間、目の前にいる獣の姿の幻を見せてくれる魔法機さ。
Ah, that's so
はじめ
cool.
まして。私はアライラ。
Oh,
第二の試験で立ち会いを務める試験。
I was wondering when we would meet her again.
君とはね。
偶然だ。試験を受ける弟子以外も全員連れてきたんだな。第二の試験、騎士の忠誠はその名の通り、騎士のようにある蛇の瀬洞窟を入り口から出口まで無事に送り届ける護衛任務なんだ。
Oh.
途中で護衛対象を見失ってもダメ。どちらか片方だけが先に出口についちまっ魔法を書くところを見られちまっても失格だ。
Oh.
もし見られてしまった場合はどうすれば。
魔法の秘密がバレる心配はないが、試験は不合格になるだろうな。
I see.
人間ってバレちまうから。そのマント着て。
Interesting. So that's why she was practicing. Agat was practicing so hard also with not being seen.
クリフォンですか？
Griffins.
彼らはメルフォンさ。
Oh.
水辺に住むのは種が違う。試験で使われる蛇の背洞窟は混沌の時代の魔法遺跡でね、中は迷宮の魔法が渦巻い危険なんだ。
Wow.
じゃあ彼らを魔法から魔法で守るのが。
そ
See.
の通り。人間はなかなか立ち入らない廃墟だが、獣たちにとっては魔法使いは彼らの世界を変えてしまった責任がある。 だから毎年巣立ったばかりで道を知らない若い連中を導きながら護衛してるってわけ。
I love
そ
that.
のマントの魔法でメルフォンには仲間に見えてるはずだ。脱いだり陣をダメにしちまうとすぐ逃げられるから気をつけろよ。
なるほどね。人間の目をごまかして魔法を書くよ。
Yeah, that makes sense
あとは一
actually.
人一話ずつな。この子はお前。この子はあんた。
Aw. They're so
そんで
cute.
最後の一話はあんただ。
リチェに？
間違ってる。リチャは試験受けないもん。
申請は出てるぞ。
間違いじゃないよ。君も試験を受けるんだ、
Oh.
リチェ。
So he submitted the application. Is she gonna be mad about that?
嘘つき。リチェのしたいようにしていいって言った。だから先生のとこに来たのに。
Yeah.
先生もリチェの望みはどうでもよくて。
どうでもいいなんて思わないさ。どうでもいいって思わないからこそ、君が望むように生きるための力になる。
Oh.
だから今日は僕を信じてみてくれないかな。
Oh.
試験ではリチェのしたいようにするから。
いいんだよ。
やってみて嫌だったらもうやらないから。先生の言うこともう信じてあげないから。
Wow.
そちらも大変そうですね。ダメなやつは言い聞かせても本当にダメで。
Fools.
でもだって
わお
本当に苦労しますよね。なんで子供ってのは。
すみません。今何か喋りましたか？
Kifri.
あ、もうこんな時間だ。私はそろそろ大
Yeah, go
弟
away.
子の試験に立ち会わずに帰るのか？
あなたたちがいれば大丈夫でしょう。
Oh, he's gonna be part of the test as well.
本当に帰りやがった。
He seems like a terrible master.
僕頑張りますね。
あ、うん。頑張って。
So, Raicha obviously was with a bad master
そ
before.
ろそろだ。
誰もが
And
暗
they
闇
can
に
be pretty
迷わ
rough.
ず出口にたどり着けたらいい。そのための魔法だ。そのための。
移動が始まったな。
It's like a little stampede.
それじゃあ出発だ。
Yes, they have to stay together at all costs.
行っちゃった。
さあ、僕らは遅い朝ごはんでも食べよう。歴史の話でもしながらね。
歴史？
そう。蛇の背洞窟のような魔法の遺跡、結託の日以前に描かれた禁止魔法が世界に残した爪痕のこと。
Wow.
この道を行くんですか？
魔法から魔法で守る試験だって。さあこの道をどう進む？小さな魔法の騎士さんたちは。
I wanted to see them start the test. I feel like in this one test, there is so much symbolism and comparisons that we can make between obviously what Raicha went through and Kifri and his methods of teaching. And I feel like this episode really made the world of what masters look like and being taught magic has to offer, or how big it is. That not all masters are like Kifri, and that Raicha obviously went through something really rough with her brother, and she was so young, and we're not really sure what happened between that, why they were split apart, but I feel like Raicha is the way that she is because of what happened between her and her brother. And it obviously involved the master, and that's why she's so big on remaining herself because of what her brother said, the possible final words before the splitting up happened, but also that she wants to remain true to herself because obviously what happened with the master wasn't good. And they were, I guess, forcing the kids to do things that they didn't want to do and splitting them apart. And yeah, that's why she's so big on remaining true to herself, and also that she doesn't want to be told what to do at all. It's a very huge deal to her. It makes me feel sad for her. She has so much pent up anger and a way of looking at things, and I want to remain true to myself, but Kefri pushes her to do this test, and it might seem like very cruel at first because of what she's going through, but the conversation that he had with Ali showed that he does have her best interest in mind. And he even says to her, like, I think this will be really good for you. I think it's a really important step that you need to take in figuring yourself out, because even though she's holding on to, I have my own magic, I have my own way of thinking, I'm gonna do it my own way and only my own way, she doesn't really know herself. And I think that's where the anger comes from, because she wants to remain true to herself, but she doesn't really know what that is. I love that. It's such a human characteristic. And I've even felt that myself in content creation and feeling that anger of like, I want to do things my way. I want them to work out. I want it to go well, but I also don't really know. Oh my gosh, my cat. Sorry. Because we went away on vacation, she is just even more aggressive with her love. Yeah, I even discovered that with myself, like that headbutting feeling of I want to do things my own way and I want them to go how I want them to go and I want to remain true to myself. But what is that? What does that look like? What is my niche? What do I want to create? What do I want to do? What do I feel good creating? And how can I remain true to myself during that time? And I love that. I had no idea that Raicha was really even going through these feelings until this episode, but it makes sense that she would be so quiet and soft-spoken while she's trying to figure all of this out, you know? It just seems so fitting that this test, it's showing that you cannot just take the easiest road. You can't take the road that is the quickest to the exit. It's twisting. And you need to, you know, use magic in a way to help preserve magic, but not use it in a way that makes you dark and twisty and like everything that happened with this whole entire, it seemed like a civilization, right? There was a lot of lore being dropped and I was kind of lost for a minute there. I want to go back to this. Yeah, Cape Romanon. And then we get the whole flashback with Raicha and whatever happened here with her and her brother. Yeah, like always be true to yourself. And I feel like she obviously really harnessed and held on to that. And then this poor kid, and you know, do you want to trade? Do you want to trade our apprentices and whatever? And Kefri's just like, what are you talking about? That's no way to talk about the people that you're supposed to be looking after and trading. And this poor kid, and like the hair in the face and always like pulling it out, doesn't want to, you know, be perceived. Yeah, because you'll be exposed as human if the cloak seal breaks. And at first I was thinking that Agat was practicing so much because, you know, humans can't see magic, and that's what this test was going to be, but it's more so that these animals, they can't see that you're human, which is very interesting. Yeah, using magic to protect them from magic. Yeah, and it's dangerous to stray from that winding path, which is crazy because, I mean, we saw it for a little bit, how twisty and crazy it looks, warped from magic during a tumultuous time. And I'm excited to learn more about the history. He explained it like for a little bit, but yeah, I think it'll be a very interesting test. I'm interested to see what it looks like as they get deeper into this, especially with a title like The Shadow of Romanon after, because this obviously was a place where bad magic ended up happening. I'm really excited to see the next 2 episodes, the last 2 of this incredible show. I was looking through a Reddit post because I was wondering if anyone had said anything about when the next one could be, but apparently it could be a really long time because they obviously took their time with this. It's beautiful, and it was postponed by, I think they said, an entire year. There's no future episodes planned as of right now, and I think, and I could be wrong, this was a Reddit post, but I think that they said that even the manga hasn't been created yet. So it could be some time in between, which is really unfortunate, but I have loved this entire world so much. And I've already started reading the first 2 of the manga. And then, of course, the amount of personality that goes into all of these episodes, just figuring out why people are the way that they are. And you guys know, something I really, really love about anime is just that. And that's what Demon Slayer brought to me. That's what Frieren brought to me. And it seems like a constant theme that runs in anime. And I really, really love it for that. Of course, this show honors that really beautifully as well. I cannot wait to watch more with you guys next week as we get closer and closer to the end of this first season. But I will see you all there. Bye.